I self-publish because it gives me freedom. When I finished my first book, I didn't realize word count was a thing. But as I started to look around, like, how do I get this thing published? The first question anyone asked is, what's your word count? And I went back and looked, and it was 18,000 words, which I quickly realized is not a novel. Now, I was faced with a choice. I either had to figure out a way to double or even triple the length of the story, or I had to cut it in half and market it as a short story. I didn't want to do either one of those things. Self-publishing let me put out the single staircase in exactly the format that I wanted, with exactly the story that I wanted to tell. I self-publish because it is so much fun. For me, the idea of looking for agents and sorting through scams and dealing with publishers, these do not feel like part of the creative process. Whereas designing covers, trying to figure out my own type, these things feel like part of the process of taking a piece of art and putting it out there for an audience in a way that traditional publishing just doesn't. And last, I self-publish because I am an incredibly impatient person. I did look into finding a traditional publisher once. My book, Sin Walks into the Desert, had gotten a pretty big audience, it had won some awards, and I had finally completed an actual legitimate 50,000 word novel called Merry Monster. I said, maybe I need to take a deep breath and try to find a publisher for this. And it was just a soul-deadening experience. It took me weeks to figure out what agents were real and then to put together different query packages. And then there was going to be months involved before those agents got back to me. And even if one of them did want to represent the book, I would have had to wait more months where they went through a full copy of it, and then more months where they tried to find a publisher, and then up to a year for that publisher to bring it out. Remember, in my head, this book is done. Self-publishing let me say, this piece of art is out there, it's for you to enjoy or not, and me, I'm going to move on to the next thing. There is one thing, though, that I hate about self-publishing, and it's that as a self-published author, you have absolutely no credibility. I don't blame anybody who avoids self-published books. I honestly believe that the ceiling on a self-published novel is just as high as the ceiling on a traditionally published novel. But the floor on a traditionally published novel is still pretty good. I mean, you know you're getting something that someone else has read and edited and put out there. The floor on self-published novels is just gibberish. It's badly written stories, it's AI-generated content, it's low content, no content books. And I don't blame people for thinking twice about spending their money on a self-published novel. And yet, for me, when I weigh the pros and the cons of going through that process of trying to find someone else to vet my story and say, yes, this gets the stamp of approval from someone I don't even know, versus the ability to say, for better or worse, this is my art and I'm putting it out there, self-publishing is still the right choice for me. My latest novel, Blavey Cole, is out for pre-order today. Pre-order on Kindle, and the print copy will be out shortly thereafter. I'm holding the printer's proof that Amazon sends you so that you can look at the type, go through, look for typos, because if you're self-publishing, you're doing your own proofreading, all those things. This book is about a noir police detective chasing a werewolf through a speculative sci-fi city. I have no idea how I would even try to market it. Is it noir fantasy? Is it a mystery? Is it literary fiction? I have no idea, but I do know that I believe in this book, and I hope you'll give it a shot. Thank you for watching.